How much do personal injury lawyers really cost? Well, people generally think lawyers are really expensive, and they're not wrong. But personal injury lawyers work a little bit differently than most other lawyers because they're not going to charge you hourly. They're not going to require a big retainer up front before they start working. And in fact, if they lose the case, you pay them nothing. So, how does this actually work in practicality? Well, when you hire a personal injury lawyer, they're going to give you a document. They'll call it a contingency fee agreement or a fee agreement or a contract or Susan for all I know. But the important part is it's a written piece of paper that basically says, hey, if we win your case, we're going to get a third of the winnings or 40% or 50%. Generally, the number goes up as the case gets more and more involved. If it's a early settlement, it's going to be on the lower end. But if the case has to go up to trial, it's going to be on a higher end. But the point is, you don't pay your lawyer anything out of pocket ever when the contingency fee case is resolved, whether it's through a settlement or a verdict. The check is going to come made out generally to the lawyer and to the client. It's going to go into the lawyer's client trust account. And then when it clears, the lawyer is going to take the lawyer's money out of it first. So let's say it's a $100,000 settlement, and let's say the contingency fee is a third. So the lawyer is going to take out a third of 100,000 or $33,333.33. And then the remainder is going to be in the bank account. And part of that remainder is going to go to costs. And costs are simply the cost of filing the lawsuit, the cost of getting copies of medical records for the case. It's generally a pretty small number. And then the next thing that comes out is a larger number, and it's going to be the medical bills. And sometimes there might be medical bills owed directly. Sometimes there might be an attorney lien where some provider has given medical treatment in exchange for payment at the end of the case. Sometimes the medical bills are paid by private insurance or Medicare, Medicaid. And so these people are going to have what's called a lien on the case saying, hey, when you get money for the case, we need to get paid back. So after the lawyer gets paid, the costs and the medical bills get paid, then the net amount is what actually goes and gets paid to the client. So why are personal injury cases kind of weird in that they are cases lawyers take on a contingency fee basis, where most other lawyer cases you have to pay them hourly. You got to write them a retainer for $5,000 or $10,000, and then they bill you hourly and deduct from that retainer. Well, the reason contingency fee cases exist is kind of to level the playing field. So you've got insurance companies on one hand that are defending the claims. And not only do they have their own skilled staff, computer systems, and all of that, but they've got their own teams of lawyers. And against them are a whole lot of people that are not super wealthy, that cannot afford to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars an hour for a lawyer. So the contingency fee arrangement allows people who are not wealthy to get a lawyer to even the playing field when they are working against the insurance company for a personal injury claim. Now, if you have questions about your own personal injury claim and you happen to live in the state of Nevada where I practice law, feel free to book a call with me. It's a free call, no pressure, no obligation, just answers.